Hello, this is a teaching about why we celebrate the festival of the unleavened bread. This festival is from the 15th of Nisan till the 21st of Nisan. We are not allowed to eat bread with yeast in it. We are even not allowed to eat anything with yeast in it. Yeast is standing for sin, and unleavened bread is a symbol for Yeshua. We have to become like Yeshua, a person who doesn't sin. The reason why this festival is celebrated 7 days is that the liberation of Yahweh's people and the liberation of us is a process. Let us dive deeper in this process. We are starting with reading Exodus chapter 15 verse 19. For the horses of Pharaoh with his chariots and his horsemen went into the sea, and the Lord brought back the waters of the sea on them. And the sons of Israel walked on dry land through the midst of the sea. We read all about this story on the 2 extra Shabbats in the week of the unleavened bread because it is so miraculous and victorious. I can guarantee you that the people were very scared. In front of them a big sea, behind them the Pharaoh of Egypt with his army. They thought it was the end, but Yahweh provided a miraculous way out. They walked through the sea on dry ground, and the army with Pharaoh, who followed, drowned. They celebrated the victory that Yahweh gave, but their happiness was just for a very short moment. We continue reading. We read Exodus chapter 15, verse 23 till 25. When they came to Marah, they could not drink the waters of Marah, for they were very bitter. Therefore it was named Marah. So the people grumbled at Moses, saying, "What shall we drink?" Then he cried out to the Lord, and the Lord showed him a tree, and he threw it into the waters, and the waters became sweet. The first complaint after the liberation celebration is there. They are thirsty, and there is no water. They are in a desert, and the only water they have is not fit to drink. Yahweh comes with a solution, and for a moment they are satisfied again, but it takes a short time, and the next complaint comes. We read Exodus chapter 16, verse 1 till 5. Then they set out from Elim, and all the congregation of the sons of Israel came to the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the 2nd month after their departure from the land of Egypt. The whole congregation of the sons of Israel grumbled against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness. The sons of Israel said to them, "Would that we had died by the Lord's hand in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the pots of meat, when we ate bread to the full. For you have brought us out into the wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger." Then the Lord said to Moses, "Behold, I will rain bread for heaven for you, and the people shall go out and get us a day's portion every day. Then I may test them, whether or not they will walk in my instruction. On the 6th day, when they prepare what they bring in, it will be twice as much as they gather daily." We read also Exodus chapter 16, verse 8. Moses said, "This will happen when the Lord gives you meat to eat in the evening and bread to the full in the morning. For the Lord hears your grumblings, which you grumble against him." And what are we? Your grumblings are not against us, but against the Lord. Yahweh provides meat and bread. They are warned that they don't complain to Moses, but to Yahweh. This warning didn't help. We read about a quarrel in Exodus chapter 17, verse 1 till 6. Then all the congregation of the sons of Israel journeyed by stages from the wilderness of Sin, according to the command of the Lord, and camped at Rephidim. And there was no water for the people to drink. Therefore the people quarreled with Moses and said, "Give us water, that we may drink." And Moses said to them, "Why do you quarrel with me? Why do you test the Lord?" But the people thirsted there for water, and they grumbled against Moses and said, "Why now have you brought us up from Egypt to kill us and our children and our livestock with thirst?" So Moses cried out to the Lord, saying, "What shall I do to this people? A little more and they will stone me." Then the Lord said to Moses, "Pass before the people and take with you some of the elders of Israel, and take in your hand your staff with which you struck the Nile, and go. Behold, I will stand before you there on the rock at Horeb, and you shall strike the rock, and the water will come out of it, that the people may drink." And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel. Yahweh is faithful and provides again water. The people are very disturbed, while they never had one day without water and food. They are forgetting everything what Yahweh did for them and just look on the difficult circumstances. And they saw very big miracles, not small ones. Something else happened while they were in the desert. We read Exodus chapter 17, verse 8 till 13. Then Amalek came and fought against Israel at Rephidim. So Moses said to Joshua, "Choose men for us and go out, fight against Amalek. Tomorrow I will station myself on the top of the hill with the staff of God in my hand." Joshua did as Moses told him and fought against Amalek. And Moses, Aaron and Hur went up to the top of the hill. So it came about when Moses held his hand up that Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. But Moses' hands were very heavy. Then they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat on it. And Aaron and Hur supported his hands, one on one side and one on the other side. Thus his hands were steady until the sun set. So Joshua overwhelmed Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. Yahweh gave victory, but they had to fight. They couldn't just sit down and wait till Yahweh did the work. It was for Moses also very heavy. His arms got so tired that he needed help from 2 persons. The people of Yahweh were in between Egypt, the land of slavery, and the promised land, in a desert. They were totally dependent on Yahweh. And after so many miracles, they still didn't trust Yahweh. Life was hard there in Egypt, but they had some comforts that they were used to. And their freedom didn't give them an easy and comfortable life. It was not what they were expecting. It is the same when you become a Christian. You are in between the kingdom of the Satan, with the temporary comforts and pleasures, and the promised land. It feels like that you are in a desert. We are scared and feel ourselves left alone. Yahweh provides, but we have difficulties totally to trust on Him. For years we did things different and not without success. We lost friends and some of us also family. As Christian you see more challenges in your life. It is a fact. But we have also the certainty that Yahweh always comes with a solution. We are not sitting still and waiting till Yahweh solves everything, but we do what we can do. It is Yahweh who will make it successful. And when we don't know what to do, He will provide. This week we remember that our old life with the sins is done away with, and that Yahweh leads us to His promised kingdom. We remember what Yahweh did for His people and for us. We remember that we can trust Yahweh in every circumstance. This is all I have to say for now. Till next time.